We are going to do a watercolor portrait. Now, the watercolor portrait itself will probably dictate what direction it goes. I'll show you some pictures throughout the video of different portraits, loose all the way through very tight. And the reason why I say the watercolor is going to dictate is that if you start to screw up, then you go tight. Okay? I'm going to use this little travel set. This is a Winsor Newton travel set. It's artist grade. You don't need to have the artist grade. We sell at our school a beautiful set that's a very high-end student grade. But if you're doing a commissionable portrait, you might want to go with the artist grade. But I gotta tell you, the set we have at the school, I would put up against anything. So this is my simple little watercolor kit here, and where you really need to go crazy is in with your brushes. Okay. This is where you guys can start calling me snobs, and but I'm not going to be using these brushes on this watercolor because I have these brushes. I don't use them very much, but let me show you how they work. See how this is all kind of fluffy? This is an amazing brush. It's a Winsor Newton 16. Now watch, I'm going to take and load it full of water. See, now that's a loaded brush. I'm going to shake it on my brand new carpeting. And look at that. It goes to a beautiful point. Okay, it's crazy. But I don't use it. I really don't have a need. I bought it because I do a lot with the watercolors. But see right here? But you see how the brushes, these bristles, these hairs, they go all the way to here. And each hair is put in, it's looked at to see what direction it flows, and then it's put in that order. See? So here it's full of water. You give it a shake, you come back, and see it comes to a really nice point. Okay? And you have all these different sizes. See? Give it a shake, watch. Bam, shake it, bring it up. You see it goes to a beautiful point. That's what a good watercolor brush is all about. Okay? I just use my travel kit that I have, which I'm going to show you. See? These are beautiful brushes. Maybe we'll use them. See, we'll shake it. These little tiny guys. Yeah, maybe we will. I'll show you my travel kit. It's right here. This is what I carry with me wherever I go. And what we have here is my favorite brush. This is a Klinsky sable brush, just like those, made by Da Vinci, and I love this brush. This is my buddy. See that? Nice point. This brush I bought in 1994. It's really lasts a long time. So if you want to call me a snob, don't call me a snob on my pens. I use simple ballpoint pens. I just like to collect fountain pens. Call me a snob on my brushes, because I've got gorgeous brushes. But in this case, I've got some flats. These are incredible brushes. We sell them at our school. They're half synthetic and half sable. They're very inexpensive and they're terrific. I've got sable in here. This is one of my favorite brushes. It's a completely synthetic brush. It performs well. It's got a nice snap. It's got a nice point. Beautiful brush. When I say worked, I'm using these oil brushes. These are just cheap, everyday, simple oil brushes, a couple bucks. But they've got a nice snap to them. And I can move the watercolor around, so we'll probably do that. Alright? So let's move ahead and start on our watercolor. Okay, when you use the brush, what you do is you put it down like this and use this part of the brush right here, and then you pull. Okay, with this, we could actually show you the palette because it's so small. What we're going to do is we're going to come over here, we're going to lay down on just the part where we're going to put the paint, we're going to put water. This is called a water mask. Okay, all the way down. Yes, over the eyes, everything. The reason why is because there's no such thing as the white of the eyes. It's the flesh tone of the eyes. Okay, I'm going to put a nice wet. And this is what nobody told me, and they don't really tell you this in books. But at the satin stage, you can put in all your halftones. like this, but we're going to be scrubbing it anyways, but we might as well have a good start. See how subtle this is? See over here to the side of the nose, because it's all in the satin stage, and it moves slower as it dries. Now what you want to be thinking about is how much water is on your brush, how much water is on your paper, and what the humidity is like outside. We have right here in LA right now one of those dangerous winds that just kicked up. So it'll be interesting. We'll have to keep our eyes on the news and see if we get into those wildfires. Okay, so this should be drying fairly quick because we have low humidity and a lot of wind going on outside. Now, like I said, you know, we're going to let the painting dictate what it's going to do. So we may not be scrubbing that much because it's looking pretty subtle right now. See how that's working? See how it moves. The paint actually moves with the you know, the water. It's very relaxing. You notice how I'm pulling the brush. Okay. I'm not painting. I'm pulling and then letting the water do the rest. Okay, let's pull back and take a look. Area here, which is burnt sienna, a little bit of yellow ochre. She's got brown eyes. The light's basically coming this way, so go like that. See, now it's starting to flow together. You see that? That's watercolor. That's fun. And for all you people out there who are against the Sheldon snob uses too nice of supplies, I do read your messages. This is a really cheap brush. Okay, it's just I don't even know the brand. It's Holbein. Well, Holbein's a good brush. Holbein's made in Holland. So it's a good brush, but it's a synthetic brush. It's not pure sable like my other brushes. So for all of you people who think that I only have to use snobby stuff, ha 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 ha, joke's on you. Will I ever grow up? I don't know. Okay, here we go. Now let's take and put in a shadow area here. Lay it down very carefully. See? Real pretty. Okay, now because it's wet, don't ever give up an opportunity to play with a wet area. So let's go warm up here. Just put in a little brown. See how that moves? So cool. That's watercolor. Then we'll take some blue and put it over here, and it will move up. See that? It goes that way. So you're actually controlling how the paint moves in the water. See that? Pretty cool. Okay, then we'll take a clean brush, walk over this way, and just touch that edge, and it softens. Welcome to watercolor. Pretty cool, huh? Now, look at how subtle this palette is. This is where we're pulling the paint from. It's almost nothing there. So imagine trying to get through big clumps of paint like this. It's like petrified wood when we're only using areas like this. Okay? So, a big difference. Very big difference between this and oil. Look at that. And look at how strong that tone is right under the eye. Lay it down. Pick it up. Put some blue over there. So you just touch it and let the water do the work. See that? Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this blue and run it over the eye like that. And that's going to be the cast shadow off of the eyelid. Also, the light's coming this way, so I'll put blue on that side. Okay. I'm going to take some real dark and hit the eye right there. Look at that. The water's doing all the work. Then I'll come in and put a highlight there later. Okay, see how that works? We may be able to get away with this one being a fresh watercolor. You know, no scrubbing. We'll see. We'll see how the great watercolor God shines upon us. Okay, let's pull back and take a look. And now, for that very special moment when we get to put in the highlights. Simple, but sweet. Look at that. How about a little one on the tip of the nose? Just a little bit. Something like that. Just a little. And then of course, one right here. Just catching the little bit. And then on her lips. Right there. Right there. Okay. Let's take a little tour. Let's pull back.